CWLOA officials, we are in the season, we want to stay strong, but you know what makes your signals look really good when we're out there on the field is having those great arm muscles. So I've got the perfect workout for you. It's quick, we're gonna keep it under 5 minutes, 10 movements, 30 seconds each. I've got timer on the clock. All you're gonna have to do is press play and stay in it with me. We're gonna work through, talk through what the movements look like, some options and modifications that we have. Remember, with this series, when we go through the first round, you can use this intro as a break and go into 2 or 3 more rounds to lengthen your workout and challenge yourself. I'm gonna head over and get us started. We do need a resistance band here, so as I get the timer ready, we are starting with it just above the wrist, right about mid-forearm for our first exercise. We've got a little bit of a buffer with our timer so that we can switch in between. For our first workout, we're gonna have our arms extended nice and straight. Start with tension in your mini band, and you are slowly going to pull your arms apart and pulse. Never let your hands come together. Don't get any slack in this tension band. We wanna keep that resistance, and we're constantly going to pull apart, work those shoulders. Don't let them come up high on your neck. Stay relaxed and keep pulsing. We're gonna head into our next movement, back to the days of the Hunger Games. We're gonna work that right arm, left is extended. You're gonna pull this resistance band back across your chest, just like you're an archer. Notice, we're controlled as we come back to the starting position. So don't pull it back and let it fly. We wanna get the benefits of both parts of this exercise. We've got about 10 more seconds. We have an easy switch here. All we're gonna do is switch our anchor hand and focus on our left arm next. So go ahead, make that shift. Now our right arm is extended. We're gonna pull across the chest with the left arm. Again, keep control here. If you don't happen to have a resistance band, you can always hold light dumbbells and go through the same range of motion. But the resistance band is really great for these movements. We've got about 10 seconds, so find a pace. We never need to rush through these. Take advantage of that resistance, get a good pull here, and utilize that control. We're going into bicep curls next, so what I'm gonna have you do is take that band, step on it with your foot. You can kneel down. You could also find somewhere to anchor this if you're not comfortable on your knees. We're gonna come just to the inside of our thigh, and just like you would, go through a bicep curl with a dumbbell, same idea. Bringing that up towards the shoulder, activating that bicep muscle. Invite them to the gun show. Looking good on the field out there. But again, slow and controlled. If you don't have the resistance band or if the dumbbells are available, feel free to make that switch here. We're gonna go ahead and change over to our right foot. Work that right arm. So same thing, I'm gonna grab it, stay to the inside of my thigh. I'm trying to stay as upright as possible. Don't let yourself hunch over. Engage that core that we're working on. Keep good posture. What we're only focusing to do is work the muscles that we're aiming here. Got about 5 more seconds. We've got a lot of options for our next activity. It's the push-up. So I'm gonna get us started with our most challenging, which is to take that resistance band back onto the forearms, go to your toes, and complete your push-up. Now, as your chest hits the resistance band, that's where we get this challenge. So it challenges you to go nice and low. It puts a little resistance on the forearms. If you want to keep the band, you can also go to the knees and complete the same activity. You can ditch the band completely. And if you need the assistance and modification, find the edge of a chair, go against a wall, and complete your push-up there. Next, we have our Superman pull down. So whether you kept it there or not, we're going back onto the forearm, just below the wrist. We're gonna bring our chest off the ground, and we're pulling down. We're really gonna squeeze the shoulder blades. You're almost doing a touchdown sign or a good field goal for point after. So keep those feet off the ground, engage that core. If you can work out other things at the same time, take advantage of it. We're just gonna switch over to our tricep pull down. So you should be feeling this on the back side of your arm. Find an anchor point. If it's lower at chest height, you can do it from the knees. But we're gonna start with our arms at 90 and focus on bringing our hands down to the thighs. You can do a little bit of a pull apart here and work additional muscles. Now if you have something like a shelf, if you have a longer resistance band, coat hook, countertop, anything that you can attach this to, you want to get this good cool down motion to work the triceps. Next we have the IYT. Totally fine if you do this just body weight. Grab a can of soup, grab 2 bottles of Gatorade. Your I shape is going to come right out in front. Your Y is going to the corners of the room, and your T is coming out. You do not need heavy weight here. We're just gonna cycle I, Y, T. It's a shame the first one couldn't be a P, so you can kind of sing the song to yourself. But I, Y, T, and again, even just doing this motion with body weight is gonna be beneficial. Finally, we've got forearm flicks. We're gonna come out extended. If you wanna throw on the resistance band for a challenge, you can. We are flicking out our fingertips with as much force as we can, like you're trying to get water off. You should actually hear your fingers going out. You want to aim to not let your arms bob or involve anything else. Everything's solid, and you are just flicking for that full 30 seconds. If you're going to repeat this workout, you can add a challenge by taking it out to the side in that T position or doing those flicks overhead. But I promise, if you're doing this long enough, you are going to feel that burn eventually. Great for grip strength. Thanks for hanging in with me on this workout. Feel free to go to a second round and stay strong out there, team.